God. What's going on? It's your favorite country cousin, Kel James. I'm here with another episode of the Young OG podcast, and I got a very, very special guest sitting to the right of me, Miss Bria Banks.
Hi.
Now, what's so special about Miss Banks here is she wears a plethora of hats. I know the word is plethora, but I like to say plethora.
You got the words like T.I.
I like that. I like that. That's cool. So we got, let's see, what hats? What all hats we got? We got radio personality. We got influencer. We got podcast host.
Yeah.
Ooh, what else we got?
You
What
missing
else?
one more.
I'm missing one more.
Yeah, you are.
What I'm missing?
What was the other one?
Okay, I said radio personality, influencer. Damn. Oh my goodness.
Podcaster.
Podcast host. Yeah.
You missing the fourth one.
What's the fourth one? You gotta help me out.
You know
I'm so
what?
sorry.
It's a drink.
Wait, what?
Oh my God. I'm an entrepreneur.
Oh my goodness.
I have my own wine company.
Wine.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Wine. Yeah, we definitely gotta talk about
You
the
forgot about
wine.
it. It's okay. It's okay.
Nah, but it's not like that though. It's not like that.
I ain't mad at you.
It's not like that. But out of all of the hats that you wear, the one that I know you for the most is radio personality. That's how I became familiar with you to begin with. You probably don't remember me, and that's okay because you see like a million damn faces. But I seen you at a few events a couple years ago when I was trying to I'm still trying to get my rap thing off, but when I was like really heavily into it, I seen you at a few events. So and
Did
you
you
are
speak
always
to me?
you are always pleasant, and I always remember pleasant people because it's very cutthroat in this industry. So thank you for being one of the nice people that I remember.
Thank you so much. Look, I'm like, did I speak to you? Because I don't
Yeah,
remember
you did.
faces.
You did.
I
You're
be
very,
bad. I
very
remember
respectful.
your name, but I don't remember people's faces. If I see you in public, I'd be like, what Kiki Palmer say? I ain't never seen that man a day in my life. I be forgetting because it'd be like my
Like,
memory
never
be
seen that
bad, but
man.
it'd be because I be drinking and stuff. So,
Speaking of
it'll
which,
be deep.
I've seen your TikTok. And you said you finna put the drink down.
Lord Jesus.
What's going on with that? What led you to this decision?
Ooh, dang. Now I got to tell my business. So.
You don't have to fully disclose,
No,
you know what I'm saying?
I'm an open book. I don't lie
Okay.
to people. I tell people everything so they
Okay.
can know that they ain't going through it alone. Other people
Okay.
go through it. I
Understood.
started losing my hair. So yeah, it's deep. And it's just happened like what's this? February. So it happened January 8th, like around the middle of January. I started losing my hair like really bad. If anybody know me, I've always been like the girl who has long, thick hair. I'm Mexican and black, so like I've never had no hair issues. Like I ain't had my mama
Yeah, for
perm
sure.
my hair and my hair fell out. That was never my story. So when I went through this, I was like, what's going on with my hair? Like I'm a little scared. So you know how we as people, young people, we like to self-diagnose ourselves.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So we go on
Yeah.
Google and then we start looking at things. That's what I was doing.
Okay.
And a lot of the things was literally like cancer. And I was like, oh my God, cancer didn't get rid of my family. What's going on? God, I rebuke it.
You hit that WebMD.
Yes.
Yeah, you hit that WebMD.
And
quick.
then it was like stress, pregnancy. I ain't even been hunching, so I know that ain't even got nothing to do with me. Then it's the excessive drinking and smoking. I don't smoke, but I do drink a lot. And when I say drink, I'm one of them people where if life is throwing me like hard balls, I'm going to be like, I need a drink. And sometimes
Definitely.
them drinks turn into the whole fifth. If you know what I'm saying.
Nah. The reason why I even so when I had commented on your TikTok and I said God gonna reward you tremendously.
Yeah.
The reason why I said that is because I myself was going through a little thing.
Aw.
Yeah, so my vice was sipping syrup, and I used to sip syrup like real bad, and you see the effects of it. I ain't never been this big in my life, but this is what syrup do to you. So like when you ever seen Dave Blunt's?
No.
It's a rapper named Dave Blunt's. Like he super big, but all he do is sip syrup, and a lot of people be like, "How syrup do that?" But it do that. And it was one night I was in the studio. It was my last session of the night. My client had that drink on him.
Oh, man.
And it was calling me, man. It was calling me. So I ended up buying a deuce off of him. I put it in my Sprite. And then I made the mistake of drinking it like right before I left. So like studio session ended at midnight. I drunk it around like
You know what that drink did to
11:45.
you.
I'm driving on the E-way. I fall asleep at the wheel, man. That was my wake up call. But what I did, one of my New Year's resolutions was to give up the drink. And ever since I gave up the drink, God been blessing me tremendously. So many opportunities and doors that open because I committed to that. And I said, I'm done with it.
Yeah, you definitely commented that. You was like, God gonna bless you tremendously.
That's why I said, yep, God gonna bless you tremendously. You gonna see it. You gonna see it.
It's challenging. What I will say is I've been through a lot of car accidents, so I relate to you. I have
For
been
sure.
in a total. I'm 27. I have been in a total of, I want to say, 8 car accidents since college. So all of my 20s, I done wrecked the car, and
Oh
because
no,
of
don't
liquor,
feel bad.
I done did
I done wrecked a few
everything you
too.
could think of. I done avoided jail. I done did a lot of stuff, and it never made me stop drinking.
So so nah, but like, okay, so I'm trying to word it the right way. So with you being a radio personality and you at all of these events and you backstage and all of this stuff, like, did that like lead you to it, or was it something you was already doing and then you being in the industry heightened it? Like what was it?
So I think me being in the industry heightened it. So I definitely have always been a drinker. I ain't gonna lie, I've been drinking since I was the girl in high school where I used to bring the water bottle.
Oh
of
yeah, the
liquor.
water, yeah,
Yeah,
tequila in the water,
I
yeah,
used to bring
for sure.
the water bottle of
Yep.
liquor on our field trips. So
Yeah,
I
for
have
sure.
been drinking for a long time, and I never took a break. And somebody don't know this about me, but well, a lot of people don't know this about me. But I actually fought a police officer when I was like 21. My grandma had just died. And he told me, and he was like, I'm not finna ruin your life. So he didn't press charges or nothing. Like, he honestly just was like on some he let it go type stuff.
Shout out to
that
that
was my
officer.
blessing. He was
Shout out
he
to that
was,
officer.
He was our color and stuff. So he
For
was
sure,
like,
yeah.
you know,
Shout out
OG.
to him.
But that made me slow down drinking, and I gave up the
Okay.
dark. So that's when I switched over
Ooh,
to tequila.
I ain't gonna lie, that dark made me want to fight.
I just told you
that
I
dark,
fought the police.
Yeah, that dark made me want to fight,
The
man.
dark is not
you feel me?
okay. So once I switched over to tequila, I kind of was on some like, I'm not really gonna overdo it. You know,
Okay.
I was like, I'm gonna take it slow. I'm gonna mix it with some juice. No, I
Nah.
still was mixing my liquor with Red Bull. Still doing the most off
I
the
know you
walls.
wilder with the red.
Hey, don't judge me. Don't judge me.
I'm not judging you. That's God's job. That ain't my job.
We listen,
right?
we don't judge.
You feel me? I'm listening. I'm listening for sure.
But honestly, I never stopped. I just slowed down.
Okay.
And then I realized, I'm like, okay, I'm slowing down, but I'm still drinking. I can still go and drink a fifth in 2 days by myself. So once my hair started falling out, I was like, I don't know what's going on because I never experienced this. So I was like,
Yeah.
I think that I'm going to give it a break until I go to the doctor. I did go to the doctor last week, and I don't have my results back yet. So until that, I was just like, I'm just going to go on a 60-day cleanse. I'm not going to touch no liquor. It's very
Yeah.
tempting, though, but I'm
yeah,
going to
definitely.
keep doing what I do.
Definitely. Yeah, I still be having my little bouts where it be like, yeah, I want to call the plug.
It's dumb.
But it be that, especially like with the industry that we in, man. Like, I've probably been a part of the music business aspect of it since I was like 15. Mm-hmm. There is so much stuff I done seen, man. So I understand, like, with the industry that we in, it'd be kind of hard to, like, get rid of your vices. Because damn near your vice always there.
Literally.
Like, your vice damn near always there. So, and then it be getting crazy. Like, you would meet people, and then you would never think that they be what they be.
Yeah. So I
It'd be a lot.
literally was watching a TikTok about withdrawals with alcoholism. So I didn't even know, like, it's that serious. So, like, since I've stopped drinking, like, I'm not gonna lie, I've had really bad headaches. I've been sleepy, like tired a lot. Mm-hmm. And just like a lot of the things, like I'm not as hungry as I used to be. So a lot of things have changed.
It's your body building itself back up. Yeah.
And I realized like it's definitely something that I've been doing for a long time. It's been probably 10 plus years. And I don't think I've ever taken a break this long, just a straight week. I don't know. I've never done that. And it's definitely different. I do believe that when you are going through this phase, you got to be close with God because it's so tempting.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's your temptations is there the most. That's what I told you. When you give it up, it's going to be there. It's gonna be there. You gotta fight through it. You know what I'm saying? So my next question, like with you being a radio personality, how did that come about? Did you go to school for radio or? I can see your reaction. You like this?
Radio. I did. I went to
Yeah.
school for radio for 9 months.
Okay.
I went to Illinois Media School.
Okay. Shout out to Illinois Media School.
They cool.
Yeah.
They need
for
to
sure.
take me off that wall though. Please.
Why you on that?
I'm just saying they need to take me off that wall.
Man,
Like it's cool. I'm an
man, be
alum,
up
but
there,
don't
man.
no.
Man, be up
It's
there.
nice,
Yeah.
but no.
Not but no. Okay, so during the midst of this 9 months, you at Illinois Media School. So did Power 92 come like immediately after, or was it a time where like, all right, I finished school, I don't know what I'm gonna do. A couple months went by, or
So it was Illinois Media School kept sending me on send off interviews. They knew that I did not want to do like traffic or news. They kept sending me to interviews like that. That's why I say they need to take me off that wall, because they taking credit for something that I went out on my own and I scouted for. They're saying like, oh look, she went here and we put her there. No,
okay,
that's not what happened.
I'm following.
I got up out of there and I had to go and do that myself because they were wasting my time sending me on interviews. Now, I know like the staff who's there now may not be the same staff when I was there.
Understood.
So
yeah.
that it may be a different school. But when I was there, they were sending me on interviews for stuff that they were just trying to hurry up and put me in to say like, oh, we placed that person in a position. That's not what
definitely.
I wanted to do, and I made myself clear when I first came in the door. I don't want to be a videographer. I don't want to be a news anchor, and I don't want to do anything with production or video cameras or none of that. I want to be a personality.
You got a voice.
Yes.
You got a voice, and you want to be that.
And they were sending me places to do like traffic. Like, why? First of all, I'm not a morning person. If I'm doing night classes here, why would y'all send me to go? Why would y'all send me to go do an interview for a traffic station where I got to do news and stuff at 6 a.m? Meaning I got to be there at 4 a.m. to do traffic for the Dan Ryan, the Eisenhower, all them E-ways. Yeah. Baby, I'm 27. I still don't know 94 from 294. Them probably the only two I probably know. Why are y'all? That's not what I was ready to do. That's not what I wanted to do at 19. No. So Power 92 came because I was actually going out, doing my own thing. I actually met two people from Power 92 in the media department. Cody and shout out Cody. What's the word?
Yeah, definitely shout out to Cody, yeah.
And
definitely shout out to Cody.
The other girl, her name is Shay. So they both were working for Power 92 at the time. I met them at Lighthouse Grill, and it was because 2 Millie. Do you remember 2 Millie?
Yeah.
Millie Rock.
Yeah.
So him and his manager, they threw like a media day event. At the time, I was still at Illinois Media School. I was doing my Windy City Underground show.
Okay.
So one of the I don't even know if she was a teacher. She was like a coordinator or something. She's not there anymore. I forgot what she used to do, but she used to like help us with stuff for the actual station.
Yeah.
And so she would send us like media day events and stuff like that. She sent it to us, and I was the only person from the school that went. And then his manager, April, she ended up changing the location, and that's how we ended up at Lighthouse Grill. So when she changed the location, nobody showed up. It was just me and the two people from Power 92 that showed up. Now, wow. I'm blind. I'm young. I ain't even gonna lie. That was my first interview ever, and I was literally like, I don't even got no mic in here. The people from Power 92, they was all mic'd up, camered up. Boy, I got a phone. And that's about it. I'm finna voice memo this interview.
Yep, and we gonna make it work.
So that's what I did. And me doing that landed me my career where I spent the last 6 years at. So when I met Cody and them, we exchanged Instagrams and stuff. And then, we just followed each other on Instagram. His manager bought us lunch. We sat there with each other. We networked. We talked. Even with him, he was real cool dude. We still cool to this day. And after that, I remember I was looking like, okay, I do need to start trying to get in my foot in the door. Since I did meet them, that's my foot.
I'm saying,
in
why
the door.
Not? Right? Like, why not?
And they posted something about internships, so I reached out to the girl and I was like, hey, could you get me in? She's like, yeah. She's like, send me over your resume. And it was like, okay. After that, I went. I did the interview. After I did the interview, they were like, you ready? Whenever you're ready, we ready. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm ready.
Well, there you go.
And that was how I got in there. That was about, I graduated in April, so May, June, July, August, so about 4 months. So I was unemployed and everything. I still was unemployed because they weren't paying me for the internship.
It worked out in the end.
Look, 4 months is what it took.
But it worked out in the end.
Yeah. So it came from me, though. Me getting up off my butt and going outside and Even though I didn't have the right equipment, even though I was scared, I still went
You
and
still
did
went
it.
on it.
Yeah,
That's why I always tell people half the battle is showing up.
literally. That's
That's
it.
half
That's
the
all you gotta
battle.
do.
Just show up. So with you doing all of this so young, you only 27. So with you doing all of this so young, did you feel pressure when you first came into this role? Like, I gotta do good. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, were you overthinking it?
No.
You was cool as a cucumber, huh?
I was not an overthinker.
Okay.
When I first got into the building, I knew I was an intern. So like I
Okay.
actually was a student. Like I wanted to learn. I actually wanted to be there.
Putting your 1,000 hours in.
My mama even told me like quit your job. Like you could quit your job and everything. Like
Shout out to mama.
Yeah.
Shout out to mama,
Yeah.
man.
So I quit my job. I was working at a call center downtown. And I was like, can I be part-time? And they was like, no. I'm like, all right, well, mom said I got to quit. So I quit. Like, mom was like, girl, you ain't got no real bills for it anyway. You got a credit card bill, your phone bill, I pay for it.
Yeah,
and I was just,
I was
finessing the dudes to keep my image up. But one thing about me, I always look good, okay? I always make sure I look good. Don't ever go outside. Don't look how you feel. That's one thing I learned. You never look how you feel.
I like that one. Don't look how you feel.
So one thing I noticed about the internship was that it was a real job, but I wasn't getting paid.
You ain't getting paid, yeah, for sure.
So I don't think I was nervous. I wasn't like scared or anything. I kind of was just like, if this is my journey, this is my journey. And I wasn't as close to God as I was back then as I am now.
Understood.
So I definitely was just like, if this worked, this worked. I didn't care. I was just happy to be in the building. And then after
sometimes that's all it take, man. That's all it take. Like, I feel it. Just like with me in engineering, like I've been engineering since I was a teenager, like 13. Like my mama crib is legendary. If you know, you know. Some of everybody that y'all know and love have been in my mama's house. But engineering was always something I ran from. Like I literally was running from it. I'm trying to be a rapper. I'm trying to be in the front. I'm the face. I was running from engineering. Like, I knew how to do it. I know I'm cold at it, but it was not a love.
Damn.
But what's interesting, what made me love it, pandemic made me love it.
That was your hobby.
Because I was working at Ford at the time.
Oh, they were working.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. If I wasn't doing what I was doing, I'd probably still be there to this day. I loved Ford. But
me too. I was a transporter.
I
had the
Ford.
easy job. I used to just move the
My
cars.
job was sweet too. All I had to do was 2 screws, press the button, next car.
I'm
but anyway, I mean, like I don't know, like just sitting down for them couple months that I was off. I had a homie. He had a studio on the west side, and he was letting me work out of it, and I was literally just doing trial and error, just having people come. I did my first couple sessions was free. I'm just trying to get people in the door, just trying to see. And then that turned into me building a consistent clientele. And then it was a situation where my homie that had the studio on the west side, it was some street dudes that owned it. And I guess he ran off with all the deposit money and he ain't pay the street dudes.
Lord
so
Jesus.
I came one day and then the receptionist at the desk, the owner want to talk to you before you start running sessions. Woo. I get on the phone. The street dudes, they yelling, man, where bro go? Woo, he ain't pay us. Woo. I'm like, oh my. And I got 7 sessions lined up. I don't know what's going on. But shout out to my homie Esco Perp. His uncle had a little spot around the corner. I did those 7 sessions, made my bread. And then my homie Bino, man, because I had to go back to Ford. My homie Bino, he was like, look, bro, I know you want to engineer. You should apply at Evian. I promise you, he told me that. He was like, bro, you should apply at Evian. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I was just giving him every excuse in the book as to why I'm not finna apply.
We'd be our worst critic.
I promise you, I was giving him every excuse in the world as to why I'm not finna apply. But then what ended up happening, I applied anyway. Mm-hmm. And I ended up getting suspended at Ford. But the day that I was supposed to come back for suspension was the day I was supposed to interview for Evian.
Oh, wow.
And I made the choice that day. I was 24 at the time. I prayed and I talked to God about it. And God told me, He said, if you do not take this opportunity now, it will not come back again.
Period.
He said that very loud to me, and I've been here ever since.
Well, that means he yelled at you.
He
You
said
got
that
up in
very
here.
loud to me.
Now you still here. See?
Yeah, he said it very loud.
Sometimes we gotta take those signs as a blessing. You know, we think about like fast money and stuff. Cause Ford pay good now. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how much. I don't know how much money y'all paying. I don't know if I need to come apply some. But yeah, Ford, they throw some little money out.
I'm not gonna disclose, but I will say it was worth leaving.
It was. Well, that's a blessing.
I will
that
say
was a
that
blessing
it was
in
worth
disguise. You don't
I'll
even know.
So, what advice would you give to a young person that wants to get into radio? What would you tell them?
I'm gonna tell you right now, you're gonna be broke. So do not go into this
Like
thinking
most
that you're
artists.
gonna be paid. I'm gonna tell you to have patience, and don't take everything personal. And also, no one's your friend. Go in there to make your money, and go in there to leave. When you go up in there, not even your money for real. Go in there to make your connections. Your network is gonna be your net worth. So
For sure.
I didn't make a lot of money. I can tell y'all right now. I disclose everything. I made $2,600 from January to October.
Huh?
Yeah, when they laid me off,
Where they do that at? What?
I was only working one day out the week. I make that in about a week.
Oh no.
Yeah, so that was definitely. I was there for the connections. I was there for the experience. But don't ever go into radio thinking you're gonna make millions.
Bank,
you're gonna make some real money. Anything you ever seen me post, it never came from them. That was gas money. That was it.
Understood.
That was all.
Understood.
So know that you're going up in there for the experience, and that's it. And when you get the experience, leave as early as you can, because you don't want to waste your youth somewhere, or even just your time. You don't want to waste it somewhere for 10 years, and then you look back and see you don't have nothing accomplished, or you're still in the same spot. That's nothing that you want to do. Nothing at all. So what I'm going to tell you is make sure that while you're there, and when you get your foot in that door, you making your own connections, and you building your own brand. Everybody know who Bria Banks is.
For sure.
I just did I just did an event with Mellow Bucks at this Noble Center out in Dalton, and honestly, they didn't book me because a radio station was behind me. They booked me because of who I was.
You.
I actually met the lady. I met her because she threw a brunch back in December, and my friend was like, "We going here for my birthday." I'm like, "Okay, cool." I'm not gonna lie, the event was dead. It was dry.
Damn.
It was, but that didn't stop her though. The party promoter. She threw another event. She was like, "We gonna bring out Mello. We gonna have a good crowd. Cool."
Yeah.
And that day when she met me, the day of my friend's birthday party, I was like, "It's dry in here." I'm not gonna lie. I went up to the DJ. I was like, "Can I get the mic?" And he was like, "Yeah, cool." He was cool. He was like, "I don't take the mic." I'm like, "Okay." So I started talking on the mic.
For sure.
Oh my Sagittarius, you know, it's just me and my friends, and it ain't no more Sagittarius up in there just. But I still was in there just turning my friends up, and she came up to me. She was like, "How much do you charge an hour?" She's like, "I want to book you." She was like, "I like you."
Definitely.
She was like,
"Yeah."
And she didn't even know what I did or anything. And she was like, "Your name Bria?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay, I want you." And she literally booked me, and now me and her locked in.
And that's what's so like
build your brand. That's the advice.
Yeah, definitely.
Build your brand.
Like that's what's so because that's what I was telling you when I had hit you on TikTok. I was like, I've been following your journey for a while. Like even when they clapped your other page. Like,
clap me down.
Yeah, when they clapped your other page, man. You had hella followers on that.
I did. And I had active followers.
Yeah, like
some of them aren't. So about 500 of them did follow me to my new page.
For real. Like you had motion, dog. You had some motion out here, but that's what really made me pay attention to you, especially like me maneuvering and going to them events and then seeing you. Like I remember everybody that's nice to me. Everybody that showed me love, I show love back. So thank you for being one of those people. Always.
Thank you for blessing me with your presence and remembering me.
Oh, most definitely. So now we finna get into my favorite part of these interviews. I got top 5 questions that I'm finna throw at you, right? So, with you being in radio in the Chicago music scene, I would like your top 5
Let me get ready for this one.
Top 5 Chicago songs that hit the radio. What songs do you feel had that impact? Like every hour, this song getting played.
Chicago?
Yeah, like
Only
Chicago,
Chicago.
like yeah, Chicago artists.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna give it to Spencer. Spencer
Ooh,
Wifer.
Wifer.
Wifer definitely. Wifer will
nowhere
never get off the radio.
Yeah, you can go
ever.
nowhere
It's
without hearing
still on there.
Wifer. It's still a classic. Finito.
It is. You
But
said
yeah.
mine, not yours.
I thought I was just going out. All right, so we got one down.
It is crazy because Finito is definitely number 2.
Okay.
These are not in no order. This is just me just throwing them out, so I don't need no beef. The other one I would definitely give. Oh, this one is gonna be hard, but the Deja, Big Daddy Deja, I like it from the back.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
And then 4. This one gonna be hard, because he has 2, but I'm gonna go with Herb Kill Shit. We definitely we played that one during the mixes a lot when I was there, so that one definitely got a lot of play. And I'm gonna go with Tink Bottom Bitch. Tink Bottom Bitch was in rotation for a long time. Any Tink, honestly, but Bottom Bitch was definitely, everybody felt that one. So that was one of the female ones that was definitely in rotation hard. That wasn't a turn up song. It was like a love song for the girls, and we had that one in there.
Okay. I got Spenzo, Wife of course. Finito, of course. My third is one people forgot about this song, but when it was hot, it was hot. Church by BJ the Chicago Kid.
Oh.
And,
well,
and Chance the Rapper.
I didn't really hear that. You know what?
When that dropped,
okay.
When that dropped,
when it dropped, I wasn't on the radio.
You was probably like a year after, maybe.
They stopped playing that though. I don't remember.
But that used to play a lot, bro. That's my
I definitely forgot about that.
Yeah, that's my third.
Okay.
That Dreezy song that she got with Gucci Mane. That's my A1. That's my day one. That's my dog. That played a lot.
We're not gonna give that. No.
But that did play a lot though. No. That played a lot.
It did not. If we gonna do anything with Dreezy, it would be My Body on Your Body, baby. That's the one that played on the radio. That one with Gucci really didn't play. It was in rotation when it first came out. That song didn't really do good to me. I don't know what records say, but
you know what's crazy, and that's why this interview is so interesting to me, because my music mind and your music mind is different because we got two different perceptions of it. You in radio, so it's like
I know what I'm kicking out to play.
You feel what I'm saying? Like I'm just
I used to kick stuff out like, no, I don't want to listen to this today. I'm gonna move this song up. This is what I want to hear. I want to. We're gonna move Dreezy down here because I ain't really rocking with this Gucci Mane song, and we're gonna just move. So. That's why I say, if anything, it would be the Body to Body. If we're going to put Dreezy in that for you. But go ahead for you. Which other one?
Okay. I need what's a good fifth? I need a good fifth. Yeah, I think Herb Kill Shit, yeah.
That's your fifth?
That's probably my fifth, yeah.
I actually want to change one of mine.
And Rolling, too.
Rolling was definitely. That's why I said I was gonna say that, but I was like, he had 2. Remember, I was like,
it's Herb probably one of the few Chicago artists that, no matter what Herb dropped, that shit getting played. Yeah, it's a few.
He don't have too many songs that I would say. He has a lot of songs that are like main characters, I guess you could say. I don't know the word I'm trying to use right now, but he has a lot of songs that are like that.
And that's kind of like what I like about Chicago and Chicago radio. Like, Chicago is one of them markets where it's like you could really be a street artist here and thrive.
Mm-hmm. Literally.
Yeah, like you could really be a street artist and thrive. Like even the legacy acts, they do songs with the new guys. And, you know what I'm saying? Like Chicago is really
Twista.
one of them. Yeah, like
I was gonna throw him and Kanye in there too, because we definitely play Overnight Celebrity during our throwback hours. So
for sure, but that's what I mean. Like Chicago, just one of them. It's one of them places, man. I love it here. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying?
One of them ones when it comes to some things, other things be a little ghetto, but
But on the music side, we cool.
We got it for sure.
Yeah, we got it for sure. So, with you being in the industry, you've done a multitude of events. What is one event that just sticks out in your head? That's just a memory. Like you probably gonna tell your kids about it.
Um, whose event was this? This event stuck with me because this was the first time somebody tried to finesse me in radio, and
Ooh.
I'm a street girl. I don't play them type of games, and I let it go, and I took my L. But I was new to radio, and they tried to play with me.
Mm.
Um, the person I can't remember whose event it was. Was it Carla G? I think it was Carla G event. And they wanted me to come out and host with one of my coworkers, and I came out and host, and they didn't pay me my money.
Oh.
So, but that was wrong. That was my fault too because if I would have knew what I know now, like now I don't do events unless I got contracts and stuff. And I need my deposit up front.
Yeah, definitely.
This was my first event in radio. Was new to radio, like the on air part, not the promotions part, not the board operator part. I was new to the on air part, and people are booking me now. The girl who actually played with my money and booked me, she never said like, "Oh, we're not paying you." She was like, "Oh, we're gonna talk about me and Reese. We know we're gonna talk about the money and stuff, X, Y, and Z." When I got there to the end, where's my money? Oh, we're not paying. Yeah, it was one of those.
Ooh.
I wanted to fight.
They still would have still been giving me off.
When I tell you I wanted to fight,
Can't
and I'll never forget one of my close friends in radio, Sierra, and she told me like, you know, sometimes you got to take your L. She was like, and make this a lesson. Because I wanted to whoop her ass. I ain't going to lie. It took me about maybe like 2 years ago for me to finally stop wanting to whoop her ass when I seen her in public. And it was like, when I looked at her, I'm like, you needed that money more than me. Because I'm not fucked up about shit. So when I seen that, I was like, you know what? I'm going to just let that be. I'm going to take that L. And I ended up selling my wine and stuff that night to other people and stuff. And I never really forgave her because she never apologized for that because you knew that I was young coming into this. And not only that, you was the person who helped me get in radio.
She played on that.
And it was like, instead
crazy,
of you just being upfront and being like, oh, could you just do this off GP? I would.
You would have respected it more.
I would have been okay
you
with that
have respected it more.
That was my first
like
opportunity. So now I don't even play. Like I charge now. $150 an hour, minimum 3 hours. I need my deposit. No jokes.
Oh yeah, the minimum 3 hours. Yeah,
minimum 3 hours. I don't play because I've been booked by people who pay my price.
Yeah,
and not even just in Chicago. Like when I first started radio, and I wasn't charging $150. I was doing $100 at first, and then I seen that people out of town was booking me for events, and I was like, oh, okay,
yeah,
I need more money now.
Yeah, definitely. So why not?
The $150, it was like, honestly, that's not nothing. Y'all will pay Ari to come outside. Y'all will pay
you feel me? Like why not?
Y'all will pay Chicago people to come outside. I'm no different from them.
You feel me?
I had at the time when that was my price, I had 50,000 followers, but that's still my price now. Even though I think I got like 1,700 followers now, but that's still my price, and people are paying that price.
Right, as it should be.
That's what I'm worth now. Later, it might go up when I build my page back up. But as of right now, that's a deal for y'all. Because people charging y'all $30K just to come out for a walkthrough. So there's no way you're going to tell me you ain't got $600 for 4 hours. That's nothing.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, come on now. So I honestly say that was my first experience, and I learned from it, and I never let that happen again. It took one time, and that was it for
Understood.
Me. That's it. That's all. And I remember that event. Every time it plays in my head, every time I get booked, it just run through my mind like, I remember, dang, almost 6 years ago, that girl played with me and my money, and she still ain't never paid me my money. When she see me and stuff, we speak to each other. It's cordial, hey, but all that.
But she know.
She know.
She know.
If I was the young girl that I was, I'm not gonna lie, I probably would be on that still. But the way that I've grown and the money that I've seen just on my own.
Understood, yeah.
I know that little money that they was gonna pay me, it didn't break me. God bless me 100 more
10
times.
Yeah.
Literally.
1,000,000 times over.
Literally.
You can't play with God's favorites.
At all. You start just looking crazy when you do.
Oh, yeah, always. So, let's see. Let me see. What's another top 5? What's another top 5 I could give you? Who are your top 5 favorite artists right now? Ooh. Doesn't have to be Chicago.
Okay, I was gonna say okay.
Doesn't have to be Chicago. Who
are you
listening to?
Right
right now?
now, I got ESTG.
Okay,
That's like my boy right now. Real Boston Richie.
for sure.
Um, I'm going down like my playlist right now. Who I got in my stuff. Um, who is my other one right now? I'm gonna go with who am I listening to right now? Besides them two. Oh, Lil Baby, because he dropped that new album.
Out of Wham,
Look,
yeah.
yeah, Wham is still in my rotation. Um,
We need two more. We need two more.
I'm listening to Naomi. She is actually a gospel singer.
Okay.
I think she sing with the Mavericks too. Sometimes I think I'm not sure. Let me look. Let me see. I don't want to mess her name up.
That's I didn't expect gospel
I
from
think
you.
you did it.
I didn't.
Oh my God! Yeah, gospel. It is actually Naomi Rain.
Okay.
So her
We
and
have one more. We need one more.
he's been gone though. Oh, I'm on SZA bad. SZA is on me bad. I'm on her bad.
Okay.
SZA. We're gonna put SZA on there. She's definitely especially her deluxe. I've been on that one bad. But yeah.
Yeah.
Those are my five, like my everyday people, I have to listen to them.
Let me see. My five everyday people. I got J. Cole.
Mm.
I got Kevin Gates.
Oh wow, freaky.
He got other stuff. That's what's so crazy, man. Like a lot of people don't know, man. Gates been rapping since like '08. He used to have locks and everything. Like he got a long catalog. That's just what y'all see. But yeah, so J. Cole, Kevin Gates, 42 Doug. I listen to a lot of 42
He
Doug.
made new music since he been out.
A few songs then dropped, yeah.
Okay.
But I still be
Welcome
listening
home.
to I still be listening to I still be listening to the 42 older stuff. I like Boston Richie too. Boston Richie got this one song that's so sick that come outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cold.
Yeah.
How you flip the Neo. I like that
A
a
lot of
lot.
people are doing that.
Yeah, I like it when it makes sense. I like the samples when it makes sense.
Yeah.
Now when you start messing up classics, that's when it's like, hey, we gotta slow down.
Somebody else did that so sick. I can't think of his name right now, but I'm gonna come back and
Dirk
tell you.
Dirk just did it with
Oh, that's
Central C.
Yeah, that's who it was.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Dirk
I
just
know
did it.
somebody else just did it too.
Shade Room posted it, and I had comment. I was like, Boston Richie did this song.
Yeah, I actually like theirs. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I like both renditions.
Yeah,
it's cool.
I do.
I was just on that
But
troll posting.
they're on two different speeds.
Yeah,
if you listen
definitely.
to it.
Yeah,
The
for sure.
Central C one is faster
Yeah.
than the real Boston Richies. I heard that. And who's your other one?
Oh yeah. Damn, who's the fifth? You gave one gospel. I'm gonna get one gospel.
Yeah.
Lecrae.
Lecrae? I like Lecrae. I haven't heard nothing new from him since probably like I want to say like the Stella Awards.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been a minute since I heard anything from him, but I definitely love my gospel artists.
Oh yeah, definitely. I still be bumping "Hero" by Kirk Franklin from time to time.
All right.
What's crazy is what made me really get into gospel was Mary Mary, the sound.
I'm not really too.
Cause like it sound like
my
a
grandma
mixtape,
didn't
though.
play them for real. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
I like the Mary Mary album because it sounded like a mixtape. Like all of the beats on there, like like they
had a good
singing
engineer.
about they singing about God, but the beats is like some
Yeah.
Wayne a rap to, or like your favorite rappers a rap to
That's
these
the
beats,
God
but
in me.
they singing about their Lord on there.
Yeah, they cool. I listen to a lot of Tasha Cobbs and Corinne Hawthorne.
Oh yeah,
And
for
Jacqueline
sure.
Carr. Jacqueline Carr is my girl. She's closer to my age, so
Okay,
she be touching me when I need to be touched a little bit with the word.
okay. Earlier, since we're talking about God, earlier in this interview, you stated that when you were younger, you weren't as close with God as you were now.
Mm-hmm.
What made you become closer to God at the age that you are now?
I would say life. My life experiences. I done slept on couches. I ain't had cars. I done been broke. I done been through everything, but I done sat in places where I didn't have it all, but God still made a way. Like
Understood.
I never knew like where the money was coming from. I just have a deposit in my account. Like, oh, you don't even know. I'm gonna go get my hair done. I need to put this in my savings though, but I'm not gonna do it because I know He's gonna bless me again.
Nah, but for real, faith of a mustard seed.
Yeah, literally. And my grandma was always a prayer warrior. And when my grandma died in 2018, I actually had just got into radio, and the radio station made us work in a gospel station before we could go to Power 92. So
Okay.
it was kind of like you got to learn here first and then mess up here and then you go over.
Understood. Yeah.
Yeah. So I spent a lot of the time in the studio listening to the gospel, listening to shows that would come in and, pay for their little shows for the gospel station. And I just sat there during that time and I didn't rush my process. I experienced, I learned, and I understood my purpose. Like when I was ready to go into radio, like to get on the mic,
Yeah.
I practiced and practiced and practiced before I sent anything to my bosses. And during those times, like I didn't understand it as much, like prayer, until like I got to Power and I was like, okay, me actually sitting in that studio, learning time to myself and just me spending time with God, I had
Yeah.
to continue that. So once I got older, I was like, that's my friend for real. Like that's my boy. That's the only
Nah, for
person I've
real.
had at times besides my mama that actually would listen to me, or when I'll be getting off the radio at 2 in the morning, well 6 in the morning, it'll just be me and God on the road. Like I
Them
see
be the
people.
best hours.
Yeah, well no, not really. I'll be tired.
Nah,
I'm
but I
tired
mean
now.
like when you first wake up and that's the first person you talk to.
Oh yeah, that yeah. But
Yeah.
I was getting off work at 6 in the morning. So I had been at work all night. So it's like me and God, it's just me and you on this road. I ain't
You
going to
feel
sleep
me?
yet.
Yeah.
So you got to make sure I'm getting home.
That too. Nah,
So
I done been there.
those times were like when I had him the most, and I was like, this who gonna be my forever person. Like
Understood. Yeah.
this my person right now. And I think once I learned how to pray, because my grandma used to tell us like pray all the time and
Yeah.
do this. But when you young, you be like, I'm just trying to go to the church candy store. I'm not trying to sit up here and listen to what the world's saying,
You
baby.
just brought back memories with that one. Yeah.
Like I was literally like one of them kids. I used to fall asleep and stuff, or go to the bathroom and look at myself.
And then your grandma pop you.
Or shit, go take this money up there, like trying to wake you
Oh,
up. But
you think grandma finna give you some money? No, put it in a collection plate.
okay, but
Like what?
honestly, it was just my experience, my life experiences, and what I went through, and just when you in that space, I don't know if you ever had one of them moments where you just was in a dark space and you didn't
Yeah.
know who to talk to. That was my person to talk to because I knew one, I wasn't gonna get judged. I was gonna get forgiven, even though it was some things that I have done in life where no one else probably would forgive me.
Understood.
So that's why I am how I am now when it comes to him and prayer and faith and every other thing above.
Okay. I definitely understand. As far as like you saying being in a dark space, I'd have been in some dark spaces, man. Like just even like I even fell out with my family behind like me wanting to do music and me on this pursuit. Like I would always tell them like God shown me something that He didn't show y'all. I see something that y'all don't. And to this day, like they still not believers. I post pictures with celebrities and all type of stuff. Or sometimes when I go on Thanksgiving, like my cousins call me, they be like, "Man, bro, like put me on with such and such, bro. Put me in touch with." And it's like, "No, y'all ain't believe, man. Y'all wasn't with me
It's
shooting
always
in
about
the
what you
gym,
can do.
cuz."
They never see the vision.
They never do until it's there, until it happened. But
Yeah.
God made a way a plethora of times, man. Like it was. I've been homeless. I slept in my car. I'd have been through the ringer for real. Like the person that you see right now took a long time for me to get here. Very long time to get here.
It takes time. It takes patience.
It does.
Life is no rush, no race. That's what I learned. I used to be the person where I used to be like, oh, by 20 something, I want to be here. By 30 something, I want to be here. That was
You
me.
know what I'm finna tell you. You want to hear God laugh?
What?
Tell him what you got planned. If you want to hear God laugh, tell God what you got
Oh,
planned.
Lord.
Yeah, my grandfather used to always tell me that. He's like, "You want to hear God laugh? Tell him what you got going on. Tell him
It
what
was
you."
it was
Yep.
literally like everything that I did. I wanted to launch my business. I wanted to be on the radio. I wanted to have my house. and I wanted to have my car by 25. That was my goal. Those was my 5 little goals.
I
wanted
mean,
to
you
live
check
alone.
you check them boxes
I
off.
checked them all by 24.
That's what you
And
check
I was
them
like,
off.
okay. When I turned 25, I was like, what am I going to do to 30? Oh, my God.
Which leads me to my next question. What is next for Bria Banks? What is next? What can we expect from you?
My podcast, that's my baby right now. Me making sure that my name gets back out to the status, but bigger where it was
Oh yeah,
before.
definitely. Redemption tour.
Yeah,
Yeah, redemption
that's what this
tour.
is for me right now. When I got laid off from Power, a lot of people were like, "Oh, they lost their best talent. They lost this. They lost that." I don't think it was really a loss.
It's just another door opening.
Yeah,
one door closed, another one
exactly.
finna open. You got more opportunities coming. Don't even worry about that shit.
And it was I enjoyed the experience. The experience was definitely something I needed before I went on to higher things, but also it was an eye opener for me of what I will not tolerate the next time I go into radio.
Yep.
It was an eye opener for me on how I need to move as a young woman. It was an eye opener as well for me knowing my worth, because my number will never be that low again because of my experience.
Understood. Wholeheartedly.
So I learned so much from them, and if they ever call me and say, "Hey, Bria, we got a full-time position," it has to make sense. It has to make sense. I'm young. A lot of people that got laid off with me, a lot of them can't say they can get their 20s back. I can.
Understood. Okay, that makes total sense.
A lot of people wasted their 20s there and never got to see the full-time position that they wanted. A lot of them didn't get the experiences that they needed either within those 10 years that they were there. And that is bad. What I will say is I spent a total of 6 years there in total because of my internship. But each year I evolved. Each year I moved up to a different level. And everybody can't say that. And my experience is different from everyone's.
Understood.
And that's why I say this next season for me is about me. Because I learned everything I needed to learn and what I will and won't tolerate. So now I know my podcast, that's me. I got the funds to do my podcast. I can pay my crew. I can pay for equipment. I can do all of that with my own money because God blessed me with a vision that is bigger than a radio station.
Understood.
So that's what's next for me. My wine business, I am officially doing a launch party. So I'll send y'all all invite here in Beyond. Shout out to y'all.
Please do.
So I'm doing a launch party finally in the springtime. So we actually just been looking at venues recently so we can go ahead and get that going. I'm trying to be, I don't even think there's a person that I can compare myself to. So It's literally just Bria Banks. I'm trying to bring the entertainment with my podcast to Chicago, and then the wine, the classy side of something that we don't have. We don't have a place where the women can go, or we don't have events where women can go to just watch the BET Awards. We don't have a place where women can go to just sit there and watch. I'm not a baddies type of girl. I probably won't even bring that environment to y'all.
Lord,
I'm not going to lie.
I don't see how y'all watch that shit.
Me either. It's just, I don't like the energy. Somewhere where the girls can be girls. And the guys can come find women of that caliber. There's so many. My friend just said on TikTok, the club is a peacock thing. The guys go out to hunt, and the women go. But if we're all hunting people who are always drunk and outside on a rowdy tip,
and everything end up being low vibrational.
Exactly. That's the relationship you're gonna go for. That's what you're attracting. So I want to bring somewhere where people can actually come to events where it's chill, it's smooth drinking. You ain't gotta be too drunk. It's literally find you somebody who actually likes to drink wine with you, because girl, you ain't trying to be 27 drinking hard liquor every damn day.
You feel me?
You want somebody you can chill with, somebody who gonna show up and bring you a bottle of wine if y'all go out or something. Teaching just girls and women how we can really be more than just a section in a club. It's way more than that.
I gotta get my snaps on for that one.
It's way more than that, ladies.
Gotta get my snaps on
So
for that.
that's my next step. Just creating a different type of vibe for Chicago and bringing them entertainment while I'm doing it. So my podcast is gonna be playing, in these little events and stuff that we throw. It's just gonna be a good vibe. So it's just all about making me and Bria Banks a legend, a household name, like I used to say in Chicago.
Understood. As far as the wine goes, what flavors? Like what you doing?
What I have. So
What do you
I
have?
actually go bottle tomorrow. I go bottle a mango moscato, and then we have a green apple Riesling coming back and a Merlot right now.
Are you you're doing a tasting?
Yes.
Okay.
So during the launch party, we'll have glasses and stuff for everybody to taste and stuff. So, and then you can purchase your bottles there if you like it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I like that. I like that.
We got a violinist there, so it's gonna be real nice, real cute, something that people can come out to. Cause I see a lot of people, and no shade to nobody, but they throw a lot of these events, like award shows and stuff, and they want people to come out and look like upper echelon, but the setting doesn't give that. But the setting doesn't give that, and me being the girl or the woman that I am now compared to the young lady that I used to be, I can definitely tell you that my style has changed. A lot of things have changed. And I know what the girls want.
And you know what's crazy? As far as you saying your style changed, I actually noticed that. I noticed it more so during the TikTok. Like, I feel like you bearing it all and being transparent is a very good lane for you.
Thank you.
Especially with what people see, like, on the surface, like, radio personality and being in the industry, and everybody thinks that all of us are one way.
Yeah, no, we're not.
So that's what I use my TikTok for the same thing.
That is not true. Not true at all. We are totally different. What I'm going to tell y'all right now is I probably will never get the, what is that called? Recognition for this?
Recognition?
Yeah, that.
Recognition, yeah.
Recognition. Okay. I'm not like you with these big words and stuff. I'm learning. I got me a dictionary, though. I will never get that for what I've done for the women in radio. I came into radio as a plus-size woman, and from my internship on the way up.
Time out, man.
What?
Time out.
What?
I don't know.
Please don't say I'm not plus size. I'm definitely plus. I wear 18. Anything 18 and up is considered plus size. I just carry it well. So I carry it well. When you got a little stomach or something, it's called your plus.
We can agree.
Just because you like yours like that doesn't mean that I'm not plus size.
Nah, it's not even that. It's more so like, I don't know, like the entertainment space and beauty standards, man. Like I fucking hate it.
That's
as far as like I hate it. That's a whole nother conversation we can have. I honestly hate it.
It's life though. This has been something that has been like this for years. Like even with modeling and stuff. I don't know if you watch America's Next Top Model.
I used to.
Do you know who Takara is?
Yes, they said she was plus size.
She was, but
which is so wild. That is so wild to me,
when
bro.
you look at her, when you look at her now, she's way smaller. I'm not gonna lie, she is way smaller. But when you look back to what she looked like then, compared to what society was then,
or just like it was one season where they made one girl close her gap. Yeah, but Slick Woods won. Well, and Slick Woods got the, what I'm saying?
But
that's crazy.
Society was different then. Now people accept you for who you are because of social media. Like there are some big people in this world.
That's
the lady in
that's not funny.
The lift situation. That's a big woman, and that situation is like, if that would have happened, I'm gonna say 10 years ago. The way the world would have ate that lady up.
You feel me?
Because now you have people now that defend people like that. Back then, plus size women didn't have a community. Now they have a community now.
And that's what's so interesting. I was watching Queens of Comedy, and you know how everybody had that stigma about Monique and how Monique was big.
She was.
But when you look at Queens of Comedy, like if you look at her size back then, and you I rewatched it, and I'm like, they was tripping on that back then.
When I look
at
my pictures from grammar school and high school, I was not big. But you have to remember, a lot of people are used to what is little. What is little is someone who looks their age and is small and does not have hips, does not have curves. They don't have none of that.
Crazy.
When you are a woman of one color, and you are a woman who has good genetics, you're gonna be labeled as either plus size, thick, big, or fat. That's just what it is because
that is
most people are not
nuts.
used to that.
That is
And
so nuts
but
to me,
also you have to remember
man.
plus size wasn't even a thing in stores.
It was not. Yeah,
That
you're
was not a
right. It
thing.
wasn't.
We had very slim options.
Like back
So
then, it was what, like what Ashley Stewart, like Lane Bryant
yeah,
type.
now we have Fashion Nova.
Like
We got,
yeah, it
Pretty
was
Little Things and stuff. We have a big variety of things. One store I could say that they never switched up was Rainbow. Rainbow has always catered to plus size women, and they might not have gotten
Rainbow.
the clothes right all the
Rainbow been
time,
rainbow
but
since Rainbow.
but they definitely looked out for us bigger girls, and shout out to them because they didn't have to, but they did.
Shout out to Rainbow.
But what I was saying though about the stuff I will never get credit for, I'm not looking for a thank you or nothing. Clock that.
You paved the way.
But not even just paved the way. I gave people confidence that they never had in that building, on the internet, and just in life. Like anybody I ever crossed paths with, my confidence has always been up here.
Yeah.
Even when days when I would feel down here, I never let how I felt look how on my
Yeah,
house.
understood.
I never let
Yeah.
it change my image. If I had an event, I was gonna show up in there who I was, head high, makeup done, hair done, weave down my back, whatever the
No
case
matter
may
what.
have been.
Yeah.
People did not start doing that in media until I started. At where I was. I'm not gonna say other places or
So
anything.
what I will
where
say,
I was.
and that's why I say, like, as far as like the whole paved the way thing, that's why I said that, because usually when you think of media, like, yeah, you may see people out, you may see them at events, but you don't see them on as far as like a social media presence.
Yeah.
That I feel like you really paved the way for that, because a lot of people, they just like, a lot of the women or even the guys, like a lot of guys wasn't getting fresh. Like it was just more so.
Tone Capone do. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh no, for sure.
Tone definitely was one of the. He's definitely gonna get
But
fresh.
I don't mean it in a negative connotation. What I mean is like a lot of it was, I'm just behind the boards. Y'all not gonna see me anyway.
Yeah, it's work for them.
Yeah, I'm behind the boards. Y'all not gonna see me anyway. But you definitely changed the narrative of that. I started seeing a lot more. I ain't gonna name no names of nobody, but I do see on TikTok it's a few people trying to do the influencer thing. It's okay. We know who you are. But
No, and I don't mind it. I never was mad when I seen people doing it. I remember I've always, so if no one knows, if you go on my Instagram, The Real Bria Banks, everyone knows that I do have a behind me. And I definitely am one to flaunt it. People buy the thing that I have. Why would I not flaunt what I have? Someone has sent me a picture of someone else, and they were like, "Oh my God, why is she doing what you're doing?" Because I used to wear bathing suits, and I used to take little bathing suit pictures with my butt out. I get thousands of likes and stuff. But that's what I like doing, and that's something that made me different from everybody else. I never cared about what I did. I used to twerk on my Instagram, and they used to be like, "You're gonna get in trouble by the bosses. Why are you twerking? You need to take that down." And they used to be like,
"What?
Baby, this is my Instagram. I don't give a damn. They could block me. They can't tell me I can't twerk on here." So, but that was me. That was who I was. And that's what made me different from everybody else. I never let them tell me who I could be. And I feel like a lot of people in radio were scared to be who they really were. Or they just never knew who they were because they had to be put in this box because they thought they were going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
I was always rebellious. If I wasn't scared to get in trouble by my mama, I definitely going to be scared of nobody that's trying to cut me a little check. I don't, listen.
Hey.
Jobs come, jobs go. But I'm going to always be me. And my boss always told me that when me and him had a talk, he was like, when you come in here, I'm going to tell you this. Don't change who you are. Be who you are. And I was like, okay, well, that's all you got to tell me. And they used to always try to write my own story. They used to try to write my story for me. And it never went that way. They used to be like, Bria, you're going to have to send 10 air checks to get on the radio. You're going to have to hawk the boss down and tell him to listen to your air checks. That was not my story. My story was literally, I practiced, and I sent one air check. And my boss was like, could you start on Christmas Eve? I was like, for real? They was like, yeah, we like it. I'm like, they made this seem like I was finna have to rehearse every day and stuff for this. And they was like, no, if you ready, we ready. And I was like, okay. That's when I knew I was different. I'm like, my story is not y'all's story, so stop trying to project that onto me. And when I blew up on Instagram, when I hit 40,000 followers, I knew that I was different because there have been people who had those followers and they still have those same followers
Yep.
from last year. There's no way that
Yeah.
you're not an influencer. And
It's
that's
not
okay. It's
growing.
not
Yeah,
for
like
everybody. That's why I
understood.
say you have to know your lane and you can't copy nobody else. Be who you are and stay true to yourself because no matter what, where you go in life, people are going to know if you copy somebody.
Oh yeah, definitely,
So be who you are.
definitely.
Don't ever switch up who you are.
Nah, never. And before we wrap up, tell everybody where they can find you, follow you, and all that good jazz.
Hi. Okay, you guys. It was so fun being here for one. But you guys can follow me at the Real Bria Banks. Bria is spelled Briah, and then Banks has two S's at the end now. My old page did have one, so now I have two. If you really put that in Google, real simple. All my stuff will pop up. Everything. My wine page is in my bio. My podcast, Real Talk Pod, is in my bio as well. But you can also just search that up in the Instagram will pop up, and you're gonna be following me. And I can't wait to see you if you do.
Most definitely, man. It's been one, y'all. I am Kel James. This has been the Young OG Podcast, and I will catch y'all on the next episode.
Period.